monkeys.
Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls Golden What If, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back. I am back with What If Deku had a Wolf Quirk, the finale. Woo! It took a little bit of time for this series to finish. Normally, I don't even like series going this long, but here we are, and we're at the final part of the series. Make sure, if you enjoyed this series, make sure to smash that like button, all that good stuff. For the next couple days, I believe tomorrow is, this video is going to be for Friday, and then I need a video for Saturday. So either I'll be posting a compilation of this into a movie, which I know some of you like it, some of you don't, because some of you like rewatching stuff, or some of you wait for the full What If movies. And if that's the case, you're not even watching this video. But yeah, that, or there's gonna be another video that's going to be out for Saturday that's gonna be undisclosed, but I want to make some preparations for the next week because I actually want to do a full week of just Demon Slayer. So I know some of you might be like, oh, psyched about it, and be like, oh, let's go Demon Slayer. Some of you might be like, oh, that's lame, like I'm not here for Demon Slayer. But at the end of the day, I was thinking about it. Demon Slayer is one of the reasons why I started getting into this whole what if thing and storytelling and all that type of stuff. So it'd be fun to, like, you know, pay homage to Demon Slayer, be like Demon Slayer Demon Slayer December, especially when season 2, like actually season 2, not reruns of the Mujin Train arc, is about to start. The Entertainment District arc is about to start. So it would be fun to basically try my best to get some Demon Slayer stuff ready to go for this next week, because I'm just going to Monday through Saturday all Demon Slayer stuff. That's the idea. I'm not sure if it's gonna all be movies, like the full series every time, or if we're gonna split it up into parts where we have part 1, part 2, and then normally it's just only 2 parts because it's Demon Slayer's not too long of a series. But we'll see. I'm not sure yet, but that's what I want to do, because I really want to add more Demon Slayer to the what if scene and what we've been doing. So yeah, that's about it. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, and this episode might be a little shorter, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's get right into the final part of What If Deku Had a Wolf Quirk. Let's get it. Aizawa then explains to the class that it's now time for the joint training arc, or the joint training. They announce all the matches when they arrive, and frankly, they actually all go exactly the same, except for 2. It's now time for Luna's match, in which it will be Luna, Todoroki, Ojiro, Shoji versus Mudman, Tetsu, Pony, and Spiral. Obviously, this is a little different than in canon. Tenya Ida is not here. As all of y'all know, if you've been keeping up with the series, Tenya passed in the fight with the hero killer. So Luna will actually be taking that place off the bat. So that countdown is given, and their match begins. The 4 of them begin conversing at what they believe to be the best plan of action, and Luna begins trying to sense her surroundings. She asks them if they know exactly what quirks all of them have. Shoto brings up that Tetsu seems to have one very similar to Kirishima of their class. They also talk about how Pony, it must have something to do with her horns. Spiral, it must be some physical ability. And Mudman, well, they're not so sure. They can obviously hypothesize about it, but they're not 100% sure. Shoto basically brings up that they could close the distance, as in they are currently hearing Tetsu destroy the buildings around them and all these pipes, and Shoto can just wipe them all out and knock them all out with a huge ice attack. But Luna says that that's probably what they expect. See, But then Ojiro and Shoji been questioning if she really thinks that they are the ones to come up with such a brain-like plan. And she said after the past fights, that she wouldn't put it against them. So instead of just rushing in, Luna says that they should scout everything out. So that's what they do. Luna, using her senses, she scouts out everything and scouts out everyone. She tells them that the most biggest threat in something like this is the unknown. Izuku, while watching, reads her lips about what she just said, and a giant smile runs over his face, thinking that his good friend, well, she's come a long way. She's come a long way from that little girl that needed help so badly, that she needed someone to train her. And he's genuinely proud of her. Now back to the fight, she explains that fearing the unknown is important in a battle like this, so taking him out is most important. And if his hero name stands true, anything physical in terms of objects and stuff like that may become a problem. So Luna says that she'll target him with a howl and hopefully knock him either unconscious or put him out of the fight for the temporary moment. They all agree. So that's what Luna does. Luna stealthily goes around and then targets Mudman, howling, turning into her lunar form, and everyone hears the howl, but Mudman begins to scream, begins to freak out, saying that there's these weird things coming after him, and he runs off. Tetsu screams for him, saying that it's not real, but he's then met by a giant fire blast. Right as the fire dissipates, Luna can be seen in her lunar wolf form right behind it, smashing herself into Tetsu, right into the ground, pile driving him and continuing to claw at him. Right after that, she jumps away and another fire blast goes right at Tetsu. Yes, fearing the unknown is important, but knowing your threats as well is just as much. They basically know what Pony and Spiral are good at. They relatively know what their quirks are, and they're not insanely that big of a threat. Ojiro is able to actually handle Spiral one-on-one pretty well, going head-to-head. And Shoji is basically able to fend off Pony for the moment. So Todoroki and Luna quickly are able to defeat Real Steel or Tetsu and throw him in jail while Luna carries him back and throws him in jail. Pony is then next to be eliminated, which Luna blindsides her without her actually realizing, because her fighting sense isn't exactly the best, but Luna can sense the entire battlefield. She waited for her to basically drop her guard as she was fighting Shoji, because she had him pinned to the wall. But this was a grave mistake, because Luna comes through and basically runs her over like a truck. Yeah, she's a giant wolf and she just ran into her, knocking Pony out. So now it's a 4 versus 2, and well, Mudman is kind of currently out of commission. Spiral notices that everything is beginning to go really south and tries to pick up the pace, but he's quickly defeated when Shoto freezes him, and they basically capture him as well. So 3 of the 4 of Class 1B are now captured, and they walk over to where Mudman is, and they see as he's basically walking around swatting at things midair and talking to himself, scared of something that isn't there. Luna snaps him out of it, and he basically reawakens in a way in the cage. Aizawa then announces that Class 1A wins the match in a 4-0 sweep. Izuku is very excited, so much so that he actually unconsciously runs over and hugs Luna, and everyone kind of makes fun of him for it, and they both kind of are embarrassed. But I mean, how embarrassed could you actually be when the entire internet thinks you're dating anyways? But that's it for another comment. So they basically all celebrate initially until basically Bakugo's match is then time to go. That match goes exactly the same. It has no reason to go any differently. So Bakugo and, well, Class 1A sweep in a 4-0 sweep. Now it's time for the main event. Everything everyone's been waiting for. I think even in the anime and, well, in the manga, if you read it at that time, everyone just wanted to see what was Deku going to do. Well, in this, it's a little different. Yes, it will be Deku, Mineta, Mina, Ochako, but this time, Class 1B will have the same team besides Shinso. Unfortunately, Shinso was not able to show what he had in the UA Sports Festival like he did in canon. But you can argue that he's just a couple steps behind his original counterpart. So he still has the potential of maybe going into the hero course in the future, but that UA Sports Festival was definitely a setback, if I say so myself. So now, let's begin the fight. Izuku begins sensing the entire battlefield, and he feels that it's now time to show off what he's made of. So he quickly senses where everybody is and goes. He heads over and transforms right in front of the four of them. They all stare at him, and their plan is simple. Maybe if Monoma can basically copy his quirk, he'll be able to use it. It doesn't seem like a power storing quirk by any means, so he might be able to actually transform into that wolf. Izuku growls but smirks, having complete control over the wolf form he's currently in. I know what you're thinking. I'll even let you tap my shoulder if you want to test your theory. Monoma thinks it's a trap, but Izuku says that it's not. He untransforms and even tells him he won't even transform. He can come over here and tap him on the shoulder. So they all four approach him, and Monoma does. Taps him on the shoulder, and they all back up. Monoma transforms into a wolf, but Izuku just smiles. Oh, so that's how your quirk works. Well, here's the thing. My quirk is called Alpha Wolf. But all those years ago, when the doctor told me about it, well, he said it wouldn't be like an alpha wolf unless I trained, unless I personally made it my own. Monoma and the four of them are shocked at this relevant information that they didn't have. Now, I'll show you something that a true alpha only has. Izuku begins to transform. He goes into his alpha state, but continues to transform once again. His fur begins turning a charred black color, and he begins to glow off his fur as if he was on fire. He howls so loud that the whole area shakes like crazy, and all four of them stand in complete shock. They try to bail out, trying to maybe invoke another plan that they have in mind, but Izuku's on a whole different level. Izuku is far beyond any of these little games that any of these people would be able to put up. Any plan doesn't matter. Yes, brute strength isn't always the answer, but in Izuku's case, when you're 15 leaps ahead of people, it doesn't matter anymore. After transforming against Dolos, he realized that he was so strong, he personally was keeping himself in check. But now that he knows how to control this power, it's game over. Before he can actually attack though, this whole monologue was a setup. Mineta comes in throwing his sticky balls at everybody, trapping them. And basically Ochako pins down Yui instantly, basically cuffing her up and keeping her restrained. Monoma tries to turn and react, but Mina punches him in the face, and well, Izuku comes in and cleans up the rest. And they are announced the winners. Class 1A, just like in canon, wins on a 4-0 sweep. But this time, Izuku is extremely strong. Far stronger than he would ever have been in canon. They head back up, and Luna congratulates him, and they hug once again in excitement. And basically, Vlad King lectures his class, getting mad, saying that they should have done better, and that they will have homework for the rest of the week. They all sigh and awe about it, but that's just the way it goes. And that is also where our story ends. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But unfortunately, I know some of you may be thinking, oh, you should have went to the manga and all this stuff. And also that there is some anime left. I realize that. But the Endeavor Agency arc doesn't really change much in this scenario. So I personally don't feel like there's a reason for me to go into it. Also, I think I brought this up in a video a very long time ago, that the Endeavor Agency arc just ends up leading to the war arc. So, and since the war arc is not animated yet, it's kind of like, in a way, I'm gonna be making an arc for nothing to happen after it, in a way. Because the Endeavor Agency arc was all a lead up to that point of going into that next arc. So, being that it's such a minor arc in my opinion, I think I'll just hold off until the war arc is adapted into anime, or until the very beginning, right when that next season comes out, we'll start doing all the way into the war arc. Okay, with that said, I hope all y'all enjoyed, and if you did, like I said, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have an amazing day. Later.